Hey guys, so I hope you're all doing well. Today I wanted to talk about my pregnancy updates. So I'm in 13 weeks now, and I just wanted to talk about weeks 11, 12, and I guess since I'm in 13, I'll go ahead and talk about 13 as well. On Monday, July 4th, so the holiday, I will be 14 weeks, so I'm really excited. And I just wanted to talk to you about some updates that have been happening. So this is what they show for 11 weeks, what the baby will typically look like. It says the baby is about 1.5 inches long and the size of a fig and now is almost fully formed. It says that the baby is definitely moving a lot, but you can't yet feel it in your stomach. And hormonal changes, you might even feel heartburn. And you will feel a lot more energy and you will feel a lot less nausea. At 11 weeks, I still hadn't got a lot of my energy. Honestly, that was more about 12 weeks for me. 12, 13. Honestly, a lot didn't change for me in week 11. Again, like I said in my previous video, I started to crave healthier foods a little bit more, so it was a little bit more balanced. I wasn't just craving strictly bad food. I've been consistently just trying to introduce more foods back into my diet that hopefully I will like now, because I was quite picky during the beginning of my pregnancy, and I do feel like every week there's something that I end up liking a little bit more, and that's healthy. I still do not like beans and rice. That is one thing that I am still completely turned off by, which is so funny because I used to eat them all the time, but I'm still completely turned off by the thought of those. So those are like two things that I'm still not eating very much of, but I'm eating a lot more fruits and I'm eating a lot more vegetables. I love carrots and I love broccoli, and I don't love all fruits. I don't like oranges, and I don't know, I just don't like oranges. They're gross to me. But I really like grapes and I really like watermelon. So anything kind of more water-based I really like in a fruit. So here is what it shows for week 12. Looks like the baby is starting to look more and more like a baby every week, which is really awesome. And this week there will be a dramatic development in your baby's reflexes, and the baby's fingers will soon begin to open and close, and the toes will curl and his muscles will clench and the mouth will make sucking movements. In fact, if you prod your abdomen, your baby will squirm in response even though you won't be able to feel it. You may already be wearing maternity clothes, especially if this isn't your first pregnancy. So I do have something to say about that. I'm not wearing maternity clothing, at least not yet. I can still fit into my clothing from before. Obviously some things are too tight, so I'm not going to wear them. But I do tend to wear a lot of the loose clothing that I wore before my pregnancy. And I do feel, even though I've only gained 1 pound according to the scale, and that's what the doctor's office said as well, that I've gained 1 pound, I feel like my belly looks like it's gained more. Like, it looks so much bigger than it used to. It looks so round and pronounced, which is quite funny because when I look at the scale I'm like, really? I only gained 1 pound? It looks like I've gained at least 10 in my at least 10 in my belly, but I haven't. I've just gained 1 pound so far. But I can definitely feel changes in my body, and my husband Cameron can feel changes in my body too. Sometimes when we're in bed, he'll grab my hip, and you used to be able to feel my hip bones really, really well, and he doesn't say it to be mean, he just says it because he's noticing the changes in my body. So he just says that my hips are definitely a lot thicker and bigger now. And I've always been able to feel my rib bones as well, and I can still feel them from the side, but when I feel my ribs from the front, there's like, again, a layer of fluff on top of them, and I can't feel my ribs as well in my front anymore. And I think it's just my belly is definitely stretching and growing. I definitely have a very, very round belly. I've always had a kind of round belly anyway, but it's definitely developing very, very round. And most of my weight is in my lower belly, I would say, around my belly button. So, but it's kind of, I'm getting bigger everywhere in my midsection. I have started to feel heartburn again. I've always kind of suffered from heartburn, but I've started to be a little bit more careful about what I eat. I can never eat like tomatoes or tomato-based stuff. So as for 13 weeks, this is the example that they show. Like I said, every week your baby starts to look more and more like a baby. And let's see, your baby's tiny fingertips have fingerprints. The veins and organs are clearly visible through the still thin skin, and the body is starting to catch up with the head, because obviously in the earlier pictures, even at week 11, the head was still really big. And if you're having a girl, she now has more than 2 million eggs in her ovaries. Your baby is almost 3 inches long and about the size of a pea pod and weighs about an ounce. So the next week is going to be the second trimester, which is relatively comfortable for many women as their morning sickness and fatigue subsides, and you will notice that your sex drive will increase around this time. Still don't have immense amounts of energy, but I do have quite a bit more than I used to at the beginning of the pregnancy. And as for sex drive, this may be TMI, but yeah, I've always been horny throughout my whole pregnancy, but just the lack of energy when you come home from work and you're really tired does make you just want to fall asleep and not do that kind of stuff. So I have already experienced an increase in that around this time, which is nice. TMI, I know you guys, but hey, this is real life. So I've still been getting headaches. I know I've been saying that throughout my whole pregnancy, and unfortunately that has not changed. I wish it had. And sometimes I've been noticing that I'll get like dizzy spells, but I won't like feel like faint. I just feel like out of place and dizzy for a second, but I just feel like I have to breathe really deeply for like a couple of minutes, and that started around week 11. And I just have to like take really deep breaths and stop whatever I'm doing. Like if I'm at work, I have to just like stop and stand still for maybe about 30 seconds and then I'm fine. But I just have to remember to take those moments. And what I also like to do after that is take like a big sip of water, and then I feel a lot better. And I've been trying a lot more to drink a lot more water, and I was always good about drinking water, but not so much at work, to be honest. I would only drink about 2 water bottles at work, but now I drink about 4 to 5 water bottles, and I just am refilling my water bottle all day. And I don't mind if I have to go to the bathroom like 4 or 5 times, because hey, I'm pregnant. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot something so important. Another TMI thing, but just saying, my boobs have been growing this whole pregnancy and they're just really, really heavy. And unfortunately, I have also begun to develop some chafing. My nipples have gotten quite a bit bigger as well, and they started to chafe. And I've just been trying to apply a lot more lotion. But if you guys have any recommendations, if you guys are mothers and you guys have been through the same experience of your boobs chafing, please let me know if there's a better alternative. I just want to be using the best thing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a comment down below and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Bye!